Welcome to Kit's Myths and Mysteries, events that have occurred in a world you thought you knew. Our story begins in a small village nestled in the Hudson River Valley in New York. This village, founded by Dutch colonists led by Henrik Hudson in the mid-17th century, was said to be under a peculiar curse. Legend has it that an Iroquois native named Sachem placed a hex on the area, causing all who lived there to be stuck in a perpetual, dreamlike trance, their world filled with ghosts and paranormal spirits. But the colonial residents weren't easily spooked. They were well acquainted with the supernatural, and the curse simply became a part of their daily lives. In this town, ghost stories were treated like local history. The villagers would tell tales of the White Woman of Raven Rock, a spirit who perished in a snowstorm while seeking shelter in a rock that resembled a raven. Her mournful wails were said to herald the coming of a blizzard. Then there was the story of Wolfhurt's Roost, the former home of Deacon Wolfhurt Acker, who had died and was buried right under the floorboards of the Sleepy Hollow Church. That's right, the village is Sleepy Hollow, and it's here that our main story begins, because the most famous and feared legend in the entire village was the terrifying tale of the Headless Horseman and the unfortunate schoolmaster, Ichabod Crane. The Headless Horseman was said to be the ghost of a Hessian soldier who fought for the British during the American Revolutionary War. He met his grisly end during the Battle of White Plains, which took place just outside of Sleepy Hollow in the year 1776. According to the legend, the horseman was decapitated when his head was blown clean off by a cannonball, sending it flying into the dense wetland known to the locals as Wiley's Swamp. Though his body was buried in the old Dutch cemetery, his spirit was not at rest. It is said that he roams the hollow at night, a phantom rider on a powerful steed, forever searching for his lost head or, chillingly, for a new one to take as his own. Now, where does Ichabod Crane fit into all of this? He was a lanky Yankee schoolmaster who arrived in Sleepy Hollow in the late 18th century. He had his eyes set on winning the hand of the fair and wealthy Katrina Van Tassel. But his ambitions came to a sudden, horrifying end one fateful Halloween night. As he was riding home, he was pursued and ultimately spirited away by the dreaded Headless Horseman, never to be seen in the village again. What's fascinating is that Sleepy Hollow isn't just a fictional place. It's a pseudonym for the real village of Tarrytown, located in Westchester County, New York. In 1820, a resident of the town, Washington Irving, penned the now classic short story The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, although Irving wrote many tales. It's the story of Ichabod Crane and the ghostly rider that has truly stood the test of time. Told around crackling fires in New York's rural hollows every single Halloween. You've been listening to Kit's Myths and Mysteries, events that have occurred in a world you thought you knew. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe for more journeys into the unknown.